Loyalty can be taught. Competence can be engineered. Victory, however, must be designed. General Covell, Captain Pellaeon, join me in my audience chamber. I require an unfiltered account of Ukio's fall. General Covell, your report on Ukio. Begin.
The primary shield was lowered at 0430. Light infantry detachments were deployed immediately to secure critical infrastructure. Orek Group secured the northern plateau without resistance. Besh Group encountered militia elements near the eastern grid, small arms and improvised charges.
And the agricultural complexes?
Light damage, sir. Collateral from militia fire and a civilian stampede during the initial panic. Nothing structural. Production should return to normal within a month.
A month is longer than I prefer.
Yes, Admiral. We can shorten the recovery by diverting engineering teams from the garrison.
Do so.
Admiral, with the situation still fluid on the surface, should we treat Ukian supply as provisional? Full logistical reintegration into the Imperial supply chain isn't as straightforward as it was before the New Republic reshaped the sector.
Correct, Captain. We will not rely on Ukian output until intelligence confirms long-term stability. Maintain current fleet reserves. Integration will proceed only when I give the order.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Aye, sir.
The civilian response, General.
Yes, sir. Major Hask initiated an unauthorized sweep, and local police auxiliaries resisted in District 12. Excessive force. Several civilian casualties and paramilitary casualties. Local panic spread quickly.
Casualties?
Minimal, sir. But the disruption to routine caused significant unrest.
And your response?
Medical teams were deployed immediately. Engineering crews have stabilized the damaged conduits. Major Hask has been relieved of command pending reassignment.
And the local leadership?
Cooperative but frightened. They've requested terms. They're trying to understand the limits of our tolerance.
Good, General. Once all ground targets are secured, Imperial intelligence will deploy. You will ensure full cooperation.
Understood, Admiral.
They are to monitor potential instigators, quietly. No arrests unless absolutely necessary. We do not create martyrs on an agri-world.
Admiral, shall Fleet Intelligence coordinate with them? We intercepted several off-world transmissions during the landing. Smugglers, sympathizers, possibly New Republic scouts.
Forward the intercepts. Fleet Intelligence will monitor off-world vectors. Imperial Intelligence will handle the civilian networks.
Yes, sir. I will see to it.
Intelligence will identify agitators, dissidents, and community figures likely to oppose Imperial rule. You will not suppress them.
Sir?
You will elevate them.
Positions in the Provisional Administration.
Precisely. Give them authority, give them resources, give them comfort. Make them visible, make them responsible, make them invested.
And their supporters will see them as compromised.
Exactly. Ambition fractures loyalty far more effectively than fear.
I'll prepare the list of candidates.
And the shield infrastructure?
Intact, sir.
Very well, General. You are dismissed. Send me your full report.
If I may, sir, Covell's methods are effective, but they are not standard Imperial doctrine.
On the contrary, Captain, they are precisely Imperial. Just not in the way the late Emperor preferred.
Understood, sir.
Tell me, What would standard Doctrine have done here?
Demonstration strike. Orbital bombardment on a visible target. Make an example. Break morale through terror.
Ukio is not a warrior world. It is a provider. Its strength lies in routine, not defiance. Destroy a city here, and you do not cow a proud enemy. You simply shatter the very system you came to exploit.
Fear would not make them more productive. It would make them useless.
Exactly. Terror is a blunt instrument, Captain. Useful against cultures that value glory, honor, or spectacle. Against a world that values predictability, terror is simply vandalism. Victory is not a matter of numbers, Captain. It is a matter of having the right ones at the right time.
Covell, the walkers, the timing of the shield shutdown, the restraint.
You are learning. The Empire believed in overwhelming force. I believe in appropriate force. The difference is subtle and decisive.
Sir, shouldn't we discuss the cloaking attack?
A single tactic is irrelevant, Captain. What matters is what the enemy believed they saw. Set Ukio aside, Captain. There is another matter.
Sir?
Covell's men performed well, but they are still human. They hesitate when confronted with the unfamiliar.
As Hask did.
Precisely.
You intend to adjust their training?
Training can only do so much. Some situations require soldiers who do not reinterpret what they see.
Reinterpret?
When the enemy behaves in ways that do not fit our expectations, most men fill the gaps with fear.
And you expect such enemies?
I have encountered them, Captain. Once, in my youth. They were different. Not in strength or number, but in the way they responded. Fear did not slow them. Pain did not deter them. Uncertainty did not confuse them. It refined them.
Refines, huh?
Some foes adapt through suffering and return altered.
Then what kind of forces do we need?
A formation that does not hesitate when confronted with horror. One whose fear can be shaped or suppressed without breaking discipline.
Such a formation exists.
It will. For now, Covell will refine his methods here. Ukio is a gentle test, a world that bends when its rhythm is disturbed. Later, we will face worlds that do not bend at all.
Sir?
Send a message to Mount Tantis, a unit prepared for field evaluation. High stress tolerance, low interpretive variance.
Will this doctrine apply elsewhere?
Where appropriate, the next war will require an army immune to fear, whether grown or manufactured.